Moneybagg Yo has been put under the microscope recently, with a lot of people feeling concerned for the man's safety. Following the events of a shooting in late 2020, many people began to speculate that Moneybagg may be marked and should keep his head on a swivel. Though he has denied these rumors and claims that he was not the target of the hits, there are still a lot of people wondering if he is really as safe as he thinks. Be sure to watch until the end of the video to see. Who is Moneybagg Yo? Demario White, better known as Moneybagg Yo, is a rapper from Memphis, Tennessee. Being born on September 3rd, 1991 makes him the oldest out of his 3 siblings. Being the oldest in the family, he quickly had to learn to be the man of the house. Therefore, he made the tough decision to drop out of high school in order to help support his mom and provide for his family.
I ain't had nothing. Like, it was a time like I ain't had absolutely like no money, but majority of the time I was maintaining like 5s and 10s, you know what I'm saying?
This is when he began to run in the streets with money on his mind. This sort of lifestyle meant that Moneybagg didn't have much downtime to himself, but when he did, he would often spend it chilling with his bro, ELO. The two would often go back and forth freestyling, and apparently ELO often told Moneybagg that he had serious talents and could make a name for himself if he wanted to. This planted a seed in Moneybagg's mind that he decided to water. Moneybagg began taking the money that he was making from the streets and invested it into some studio time. In 2012, he began to release a mixtape every year, which included popular tapes like From the Block to the Booth. Fast forward to 2015, his friends saw that dream become a reality when Moneybagg dropped his mixtape, Federal. At the time, he was already an up-and-coming rapper, but Federal is what put him on the map. Now, even though he was making a name for himself in a legitimate way, he was still dabbling in the streets. This ended up leading to an arrest in 2016. In March of that year, Moneybagg was hosting a party to celebrate the release of his next album that ended up with the whole thing being raided by the police. During the raid, police discovered and confiscated 10 firearms as well as a bulletproof vest and various drugs. The raid resulted in 28 people being arrested, which included members of the GDs, Bloods, Crips, and Vice Lords.
Crime alert now from Tipton County. Drugs, guns, and gangs are off the streets tonight after a major law enforcement operation.
WREG's Michael Kwanda reports this all went down at a concert for a Memphis rapper held in Mason at a place called the Maserati Club.
This wasn't the end of the drama for Moneybagg. Not long after the raid, his close friend ELO, the one who saw his potential, ended up losing his life to the game. This loss hit Moneybagg hard, and this is when he began to take hip-hop more seriously and started dropping banger after banger. His most recent studio album came out April of this year under the title A Gangsta's Pain. It featured appearances from major names such as Future and Lil Durk. It became his first album that made it to #1 spot on the Billboard 200 chart. Needless to say, Moneybagg Yo is hot right now.
What you got on right now? One.
It's probably like, I don't know, this chain right here by itself 150. My earrings 150.
Oh, you got on 4 chains, 3 rings.
How many houses you got on?
Moneybagg's decision to sign to CMG. Moneybagg had a lot to think about as he decided to take his rap career more seriously back in 2016. As he began to drop more and more music, he was gaining attention throughout the city. His mixtape, All Gas, No Brakes, was produced with the help of the label Less Entertainment. This is ultimately the tape that got him the attention of Yo Gotti. The two grew close and made sure to form a bond before Moneybagg made the decision to sign with CMG officially. This meant that Moneybagg officially had a label backing him up on an international level rather than being known mainly around Memphis. This set him on the path that he and ELO wanted for him, the path off of the streets and on his way to becoming 100% legitimate. However, when you live the street lifestyle, it's not as easy as just deciding to quit. He may have left the streets, but that doesn't exclude him from the politics of it. In fact, him leaving almost made things more difficult for him. You see, Moneybagg was from South Memphis. Meanwhile, Yo Gotti was from North Memphis. This meant that technically, when Moneybagg signed his deal to them, he was signing with the other team, or switching sides. This led to a lot of his old crew members and people he used to associate with to talk down on him. Moneybagg counters the claims that he switched sides by saying that him signing with CMG was his ticket to a better life. He also goes on to say that he had never beefed with Yo Gotti or his crew, The only issues there ever were was the fact that one was from the north side and the other is from the south side. Therefore, Moneybagg doesn't feel like he betrayed anybody or broke anyone's trust. Regardless of how he felt, him signing with CMG and Yachty made him have to leave the city. He apparently goes back to see his family or handle his business. Nightclub shooting. Despite his music career going well and him keeping himself away from the street life, Moneybagg Yo still came under fire recently. In September of 2020, during a birthday party that was set up for Moneybagg in Las Vegas, things turned sour. Apparently, Moneybagg had stepped outside of the venue to receive a gift, which happened to be a new car. While outside, a large crowd formed and apparently tensions rose and a fight broke out. During the altercation, a weapon was eventually drawn and fired, leaving one person with a gunshot wound to the leg. That person happened to be a woman who was an associate of Moneybagg's. As soon as the news began to circulate, many fans began to call out for Moneybagg Yo to remain safe. Many people believe that the shot was meant for Moneybagg, and that it was most likely one of his old associates from his days as a member of Young Mob. The shooting, paired with an audio recording that was released in 2020, has a lot of people worried that his old crew is after him. The recording is of an inmate who goes by the name Stupid Duke, claims that Moneybagg is a sellout, and even says that he isn't welcome back in his old hood.
Moneybagg crossed the line, it's forever, he smoke for life. He did a song with a dude, killed one of the homeboys. He got his face on the TV cover, all of them got his name tattooed on us. He just did some foul stuff that you can't never come back from. So, it's smoke. It used to be Young Mom, and he did a song with a dude to kill Young Mom. So, it's forever. This something ain't gonna never stop.
Moneybagg Yo responds to rumors. After the incident, Moneybagg took to social media to dispute any rumors that he was the target of a shooting. He posted a video of himself and his crew in his car driving, and in the video, all appears calm. You can hear Moneybagg mention that it's wild people think that it was him who got shot at. His exact words were, "Shot at who? Ain't no motherfucker shot at us."
Shot at who? Ain't no motherfucker shot at us, man. I'm in a Moneybagg right now, man. My motherfucker shoe. As I speak, my shoes off in this bitch. What's up?
The world isn't as convinced as he is, however, with many believing that it may have been in retaliation for him switching sides, or so his old hood believes anyway. Final thoughts. No one knows what's to come from Moneybagg Yo. All we can hope for is that his music career remains as hot as it is now. If he can keep his mind on the prize and keep dropping albums that do as well as his last one, he will be just fine. With all the hate coming from his old crew though, he should keep his head on a swivel for sure. At the end of the day, we'll just have to wait and see. For now, be sure to like and subscribe to stay in tune with all of our hip hop news and information. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video.